Mental health and wellbeing has been at the forefront of people's minds of late. New Zealand Thoroughbred Breeders Association are doing something about it. They've come together to create a series of workshops to help people within our industry. We're here today to find out more about the people behind this initiative.
We were contacted from NZTBA just to let them know, what initiative they were putting forward and what it was all about, and we just jumped on board because we put a lot of value on it, and with our people and our industry, and to be honest, just people in general. It's not even just about the industry, just anything like this is can only do positive. It was great to essentially start the conversation. I think it's a really great initiative from NZTBA, and I think everyone should really get involved. Whilst we do have a mix of people in terms of age groups and some really outgoing people and some a bit more introverted, I felt that the workshop really catered for everybody, and that was really important. I was just so amazed to see how everyone banded together and how much support there was for each other. The guys were really informative of, where we were going to, that yes, there was going to be more workshops, yes, we were going to start getting a bit of a, between, I suppose, farms and the industry, getting people together, and that there was events and stuff coming up, which that was my biggest takeaway, because I didn't want it to just be a one-day thing and then off we go again and nothing more happens. So I think with the people that we've got in place at the moment in these roles, I think we've got the right people to really drive this and push this forward, because at the end of the day, if we don't have people, we don't have an industry, and people are really important.
Justine, we're here today talking about mental health and wellbeing. What led to the development of this program?
I think recently we had the loss of several people in our industry that were well known, and that really was the catalyst behind this. I also have experienced mental health pressures in my own family, so I'm well aware of the impacts it can have on those who have been in that situation. So I think I took a deep breath and thought, how are we going to deal with this? We wanted to develop something that was bespoke to our industry, that was specific for our participants. So after a conversation with Amy and her associate Helen, we came up with this idea of a workshop that would be specific to people that were involved in the thoroughbred breeding industry, that related to horses and the pressures that they have on a day-to-day or in their working life. So basically, Emily, we're just horse farmers, no different from any other farming. So I felt that for us to align ourselves with a primary industry organisation was really important. We looked at a lot of different mental health and wellbeing support that was on offer, and for us to align ourselves with the Rural Support Trust was just the right fit from woe to go. It just felt right. It's not a one-off thing that we're doing. We really want to continue this. It's ongoing, and the development of our people is so important.
When we approached the Mental Health and Wellbeing initiative, we looked at a study that was done in the UK, and they specifically looked at the breeding industry and the challenges that those in the industry face, because it is quite unique. And what the research from that study showed was that to increase mental health and wellbeing in the workplace, people needed to go on farm, have that human connection, that one-to-one interaction, and increase the education and awareness around mental health and wellbeing. We developed a 1-hour workshop because we were very conscious we didn't want it to be too long, to take up too much time. We go on farm so they don't have to worry about, taking time to travel. And we also keep it really relatable to the industry. We relate everything back to the horses. The next phase in our program is we've developed a new workshop called Having the Conversation, and the feedback that we got is that people still feel a little uncomfortable or nervous about approaching someone that they think might need support. We want to give people the skills so that they can notice those changes early on when people are in that mild state of stress, and hopefully prevent that from escalating.
How has all this been received within the industry?
It's had a really good initial response. We've facilitated just over 12 workshops and had over about 210 people go through it. So that's a pretty good catchment in the breeding industry, and I think once people realise that we're not coming on farm to say, hey, give your staff more time off. We're saying the industry's got specific challenges that are inevitable, and here's some easy, low-cost ways you can bring about balance to your workforce.
If breeding industry participants are interested in exploring mental health and wellbeing within the workplace, how do they do that?
They can contact me directly, or if they go on the NZTBA website, there's a specific page that has all our information about our workshops and how to book one.
Tell me about the Rural Support Trust and what they do.
It is very much rural people helping rural people. It was started by a group of farmers who saw that farmers needed help, and it's grown from there. I think the biggest thing I've noticed is how different the different primary industries are. The Rural Support Trust covers all primary industries in New Zealand. People think we're just for dairy farmers, but any type of primary industry, we are there to support you. A big barrier in mental health is that people think they're alone and that they're the only people who feel that way. And having these conversations makes people realise that we all feel the same, and having these conversations helps everyone.
If people are struggling and need the Rural Support Trust, how do they get in touch with them?
We have an 0800 number, which is 0800 787 254 or 0800 Rural Help. And we also have a Rural Support website that will direct you to your own region. And there's always someone at the end of the phone who will be willing to help.